Happy New Year and welcome to 2016. These are your guided and spiritual messages for the year to come, as well as an oracle reading. So, I have often been given the question of what will this year bring? It seems New Year's, everybody thinks of changes they would like. Are they going to make it through the next year? Is the next year going to be better than the last? And of course, the tradition of making New Year's resolutions. What changes you want to make within yourself or your environment, or what goals you want to achieve for the year. And often I get the question, is this going to be a tough year? Am I going to make it through this year coming? And over the past few years, starting with 2011, 2012 was an extremely difficult year for everybody, and I just said to everybody, hold on, there's going to be a great deal of energetic shifting. And I said to clients and friends who had asked that it was going to be the start of a tipping process to rebalance the energy and the mindset of people on the planet. And we're going to see that shift where there's going to be new balance, a lot more honesty is going to be seen, a lot more consideration, compassion, and gratitude. So all those things where we feel like we're living in a corrupt society or an unfair society was going to start shifting, as well as everybody was going to face their dark sides and have to look at themselves for both their negative qualities as well as their positive qualities. 2013 was the make it or break it year. You either made it through that year or it broke you apart, but it was still a fantastic year because sometimes we have to take things apart before we can build them back together to make a positive, new, strong stance. 2014 was, everybody was just sort of coming out of that survival mode of 2013 and reevaluating things and opening their minds to new ideas. And 2015 has been one of those years where you feel like you on a roller coaster. You have very good moments and then you have some very challenging moments. Well, for 2016, we are going to start seeing more of those changes that began way back in 2012. You are going to start seeing companies, businesses having more consideration and compassion and gratitude for their staff. We're going to see a lot more kindness to one another. We're going to see a lot more honesty and sincerity. And it's going to be a lot easier to be able to pinpoint the negative people in your life compared to the positive people in your life. So it is going to be a good year. It's going to be a year where you're going to just own who you are, be happy with who you are, and have that be enough, which is fantastic. And then this is the year that the universe is saying, ask for the things that you need. It will manifest. It's a year of manifestation, which I'm sure so many people are ready and welcoming. And it's not simply manifesting wealth, although for many people that is a great concern, and indeed you will gain more wealth this year, but it's manifesting ideas, courage, and the ability to stand your ground or to be more bold and open about beliefs or thoughts or things that are important to you. So 2016 promises to be a year where you just open yourself up. Open yourself up to being who you are, being happy about who you are, and also receiving all those things that you have been asking for over the past few years. It has been a tough road. It's been a tough ride for everybody. But 2016, we are definitely seeing the shift, and the shift has already been taking place, like I said, since 2012. But now you can see it in tangible ways. You're going to be reading about different ways people have expressed gratitude or honoring people of every level in life. So we're going to be putting away all those sort of statistical, struggling with that word, norms. There's not going to be those stereotypes or those cliches as much as there were in the past. As well as those messages that have been given from Spirit, I will also be doing an oracle reading for 2016. I have been asked to do 4 cards for the year as opposed to our regular 3 cards that we do for each week, simply because each year has 4 quarters in it, and that lines up with the seasons. Remember, we have spoken about 4 seasons in each year, and each season has its own energetic reason and purpose. So we're going to divide the reading up into 4 cards. I am using the same oracle deck that I used for our last weekly reading, the Oracle of E. This was the deck that said it wanted to be used, and I confirmed it with Spirit, with the angels and the divine creator, simply because it is a time for celebration in this deck. As much as it sends you those clear, hard messages that you need, does it in a very happy and vibrant and energetic way. So again, the Oracle of E is the oracle we'll be using. So I'm just going to pull 4 cards here. So that's for our first quarter. Oh, this one's already screaming at me. This will be for our second quarter. We have 2 so far. It's our third quarter. I'm just looking for one more card. All right. Maybe these can tuck in there and not fall away. So for the first quarter of the year, gotten owie. That doesn't sound too promising for starting off, but it does come into play when we are trying to face ourselves and be honest about who we are. Gotten owie. Hope you can hear Bob Marley singing in the distance, because despite what appears to be a physical blip right now, every little thing's going to be all right. This is a time of sweet, sweet healing, a time of renewal. Take a step back and put your feet up. Soak in the restorative power of the universe. So not really a bad start to the year. I know a lot of you came out of 2015 feeling like you're a little battered and bruised. So put your feet up for the beginning of the year. Discover what you need to heal, and your first quarter is going to be just fine. Everything's going to be all right. So for the second quarter, we've had this card before, right side up. So already we're starting to look a little bit more happy and positive as we move along into the second quarter of the year. And I will read that message to you again in case anybody didn't see last week's message or doesn't recall it. Right side up. It is now safe to unbuckle your seatbelt. So our owie for the beginning of the year is healed, and we can now unbuckle our seatbelt. Doesn't matter how it looks, you are on the right path. Unseen forces are working behind the scenes, smoothing out the bumps, righting all injustices. Any apparent blip is nothing but a reminder to pay attention, to say thank you. Remember, we mentioned gratitude. People are going to start showing their gratitude more. The scales are tipping in your favor. Everything is coming back into balance. It's time to trust that what goes down must come up. So great moving forward into the second quarter. Oops. Here we have, for the third quarter, the F word, and it's not what all of you are assuming is the F word. And that is our third quarter leading towards the end of the year. Nobody likes the F word, but the dude seems forgivingness through a different pair of glasses. He knows that everything is going to turn out fine in the end, and that holding on to negativity and old wounds is just postponing the inevitable. Your success is a done deal. Your bliss is going to happen. The F word is the place to start. Let it go. Forgive, forget, and follow the yellow brick road. So forgiveness. Remember, we're letting go all that stuff from all the past years. And we're following our intuition, we're following our gut, we're following the guidance that we get, things that we trust, and forgetting the negativity. One of the biggest issues with negativity still being present in our lives from things that have happened in the past is we are unable to let it go. So we keep it in our minds, we keep it in places in our body, and it stays present with us because we're not willing, or sometimes it's because we simply don't know how to release and let go. Then for our final card, And for the end of 2016, superhero. So this may be superheroes in your life, or you may very well be your own superhero. Right now, you've got a superhuman strength. The truth is, you always do, but most of the time, you don't need it. Why bother? Everything's rocking along just fine. You're about to learn just how cool, how strong, and how amazing you really are. And that is an amazing close to 2016. So don't worry, you don't have to have it all together right out the gate starting today. If you do partake in New Year's resolutions, make sure it's about you and not about changing who you are, but about being yourself in your entirety and being authentic. And know that the year is just going to flow, and as long as you're in that flow, you're going to get to the end realizing just how amazing you are. Wishing you a great deal of success, abundance, love, light, and healing for 2016. Wishing you well.